it's Lady J. I've been seeing all the little hoopla. I've been seeing all the hoopla that's been going on about Monifah, Maya, and Irene because of apparently these chicks done went live, and going, having words to say to each other or trying to tell their version of the story. I'm still having a problem with all of them. Seriously. I feel bad for Irene, but I'm gonna tell you something. Like I said in the beginning, y'all. In the beginning, I always said that Irene was the only one that ever showed emotion. Even in Zach's video, it was a point that you could hear her crack and cry because she kept saying, "I can't believe she gone." That's what she kept saying. She said, "I can't believe she gone." And I want to know who turned the freezer on, or how did that freezer get on, and blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? To me, she's the only one that even shows some type of emotion that this girl was gone then and definitely now. But she's upset because her life has been turned upside down. She can't live her normal life and do what she do because she don't know whether to watch her back or hug a motherfucker or beat their ass. This is where she's coming from with it. Okay, that's cool. I can understand that. But them other two, I got a problem with them. Okay, I got a serious problem with them because they got on that live and talked about every fucking thing else. And Irene, and this is why I say I still have a problem with Irene too, because they got on these lives and talked about everything else but what was really going down in that room and outside that room. Okay, now let's talk about it. Okay, because at this point, my thing is, if y'all not fitting to tell what really went down and who really did what, if anybody really did anything to that girl, you know what I mean, then I don't even want to hear from them. I would prefer if none of them jumped on a live ever again in life. Like, go live your lives and continue to do what y'all do. Because the little bit of stuff that came up, you ain't learned nothing new. You still got the end result, which is Monifah and Maya walking her out the room. Now, here's my problem. Because with Shemaya made it seem like Monifah alone took her out there from. And it has been rumored that Shemaya has said that she believes Monifah know a lot more than what she's saying. But we don't have the proof of that, y'all. We don't have no proof of that. Not at all. So, in my opinion, I just feel like it's a bunch of crap. Okay, because according to Shemaya, she was sitting on a bed minding her business when somebody kicked her, and she looked up and she said, "Where'd Kenneka go?" And Irene says to her, "Oh, she walked out the room with Monifah." Then she says she goes out there. Kenneka's sitting on the floor with her head between her goddamn legs, talking about some rocking back forth. So she ready to go. I just want to go home to my mom. I'm ready to go home. So, you know what I mean? How you get a person in that type of state that messed up when you got Irene's sister in them, because they were saying a whole lot that Irene wasn't. Talking about the girl was stumbling and all that stuff. So if she's stumbling and all that stuff, she wouldn't have been gone in no 30 seconds. Now, I'm going to say this. Irene and them was drunk. Irene and them was popping pills. So their time is off. The timing is off. It wasn't no 30 seconds. It had to be more than 30 seconds. To Irene, it might felt like 30 seconds, but it had to be more than 30 seconds. And everybody knows when you drunk, I don't know about the popping pills because I don't do all that. And I ain't here to judge on all that. But I know when you drunk and you having a good time, you'll think it's 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, and you look up and really it's 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, especially if you partying and having a good time and you're enjoying your company. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel like their timing was all off. But what I will say is, I believe the first timing. If you go back to the very beginning, everybody kept saying that girl got to that hotel about 11:30. On Irene's live, Irene said, "You came to me about 1 o'clock and said Kenneka was missing, and you didn't say nothing else until almost 2 hours later, which is like 3 something or 3, close to 3 in the morning." That's what she said. So that lets me know that when they said that Kenneka first came to that hotel about 11:30, that is the truth. That is the whole truth. So that means that the time at that hotel is definitely manipulated. Okay? is definitely manipulated. You had Irene, Irene's sister, and whoever else was in the background. Not Irene mom, but Irene mom funny as hell. I ain't gonna lie to you, girl. When she called Monifah a Billy Goat, I like to fell on the floor. But anyway, back to what I was saying. That confirmed it, and it makes more sense. And I remember in one of my videos, I kept saying, well, something's off with Teresa. You know what I'm saying? Everybody keeps saying that she has something to do with her daughter's death. I don't believe it. But what I do believe is that she do know what happened to her daughter. I knew before she ended up in that freezer. She might not have known at the time it was going on, but eventually I feel like she found out, because when you first look at when they started interviewing Teresa, Teresa said, "Oh, they called me 3:30 in the morning. Then it went to 4 o'clock in the morning. Then it went to like 4:20. But then, like I said, when she got with her lawyers, it went from that to, oh, they called me 4:31 in the morning. That will more coincide with her saying that she got a call at 3:30 in the morning. You understand what I'm saying? So to me, that makes a lot more sense now. Now, and another thing, Maya on her video, and I'm going to get into each and every one's video separately, because I'm not going to make a long live. Because for me, my thing is, what was the lives for? Because we didn't learn anything different. We can start putting pieces together that will make more sense now. But we really didn't learn nothing any different. But that girl ended up in the freezer, and don't nobody knows how she got there, which I think is a bold-faced lie. Okay. But Maya claims that she is the one that called Kenneka's mom. But Teresa said Bree is the one that called her. Okay. Everybody on this internet has always said that Bree was the one that called. But then you got Maya saying she's the one that called. Another thing that twisted me about this is Maya didn't talk about nothing but the little excerpt part as to when she went out in the hallway with Kenneka. Nobody else found it out that Irene, she did a little bit, but not too much. Maya or Monifah talked about what led Kenneka to want to go outside. Because even in Monifah's live, Monifah talking about every damn thing else but why she took that girl out that room. Everybody is steadfast that she picked that girl up and took her out that room. She never once said that. All she said is, I was a bad friend, smiling. See, that's another thing. Something's wrong with that girl. And it ain't no nervous smile. You know what I'm saying? You know when somebody's nervously smiling, that ain't no nervous smile. She laughed and she giggled too much for me. And that's real rat. She laughed and she giggled a little bit too much for me. You understand? To be sitting up here talking about some, I wasn't right because I wasn't watching out for her, but y'all got to understand I was drunk myself. Okay, well, if you was drunk yourself, explain to me, why did you pick that girl up off the bed and take her out into the damn hallway? That's what I don't understand. Because from what I'm gathering from Irene, Bree was gone with that car. She was gone with the car, y'all. So if she's gone with the car, where the hell was, like she said, where was y'all going? So that would either allude to one thing. When that girl was out in the hallway and was left with Monifah, somebody came and got her. Now, we do know that it was a party being thrown together. We don't know what set of niggas did something, supposed to have did something to Kenneka, because that's the rumor out there, or touched her or did anything to her. But all of a sudden, she's not in that hallway no more. Nobody moves that fast when they're that drunk and they're stumbling. Nobody. So that could only mean one thing. She was in one of them rooms on that hallway. Or somebody took her in that elevator and didn't press no buttons. Or put her in the elevator and didn't press no buttons. But either way, nobody who's that drunk, who's stumbling in a room, gonna get that far in a hallway by themselves. It don't make no sense. It don't add up. Okay? Now you get to Monifah's live. Monifah over here talking about Kenneka's favorite color, and we don't know her, and it's a lot we wouldn't have known if they didn't tell us. Yeah, sis. That's all cute and all. But why you not explain why you took that girl out the room? You didn't even touch on the fact if you took her out the room. You just talking about what happened when y'all was out in that hallway. See what I'm saying? This is what makes me feel like they're hiding something. Because everybody talked about everything but how Kenneka got out that room. Irene says that Monifah picked her up. Shakara in the background and somebody else in the background talking about some. Y'all picked her up. But I distinctly remember on that police report, maybe I'm wrong, but Chalo says she thought Kenneka walked out on her own. But that's part of Irene's crew. You understand what I'm saying? But if y'all all partying, y'all all drinking, and y'all all high, you're not going to be watching no one person. But it's just so weird that everybody had their damn phone on this one girl. Ain't nobody talking about that. Nobody talking about why everybody had their phone on her. Nobody's talking about the things we're hearing in Irene's live. Niggas talking about open your mouth, you too, sis, and I can sling you around and all kinds of crazy stuff you can hear. But Irene ain't touching on that. You understand what I'm saying to you? Everybody's saying Kenneka was on this bed, supposedly laying down. But however, in neither lives, you see Kenneka laying down on anybody's bed at any freaking point. Okay? So I feel like something did go down. And whoever is involved, these girls are scared to tell. They're not going to tell. Because what else would Teresa be protecting them from? And then the funny part is you're protecting the two chicks that's supposed to, that was the last girls to be seen with your child. But Irene ain't under that protection. Why? Because she threw the party. You got to remember, it wasn't just her party. It was a nigga party too. So when he has a party, it's going to be a bunch of niggas you don't know that's going to fall through. So you then cannot just place the blame on Irene, even if Irene knew these guys, because Kenneka knew them too. She might not have fooled with them like that. Let Tweedledum and Tweedledee tell it she did, shaving their face, trying to look like they 21 when all of them damn near 30 and up. But Tweedledum and Tweedledee said this is what they did every weekend. So what I'm assuming is that her party just happened to be on a weekend that everybody parties at these hotels. So I'm assuming Rosemont is like their little Vegas. You understand? They got casinos and all that out there. You feel me? So my problem that I'm having though, Kenneka is, they saying that Kenneka was supposed to have been going to the movies. She's supposed to have been doing all this and doing all that. But the main thing that keeps sticking in my head, if I was planning to go to the movies and go bowling and I decide to show up to a friend's party because I want to show support, then why is it saying, and what is the statement coming from that this girl was seen at several different hotels? Several is more than two. I don't care how you want to switch it up, look at it, do it, because it would have been couple. No, they said several. This girl was seen at several hotels. So she's seen at several hotels. You mean to tell me she gonna switch her mode from going to a bowling into a damn movie to going to support her friend's birthday party to being in several different hotels? No. Like I said before on one of my tapes that I probably done deleted by now, you get crews that everybody don't mess with each other. And I've been said that. There is two pictures with all of them girls. Bree, Brianna, all of them, all in a picture. All of them lined up. Everybody is in that picture except for Hood. Monifah. I've been said, I said, Monifah and Irene don't mess with each other like that. I've been said that. And with this girl come out and say on her live, I don't mess with you. You know I don't like you. We don't fool with each other. I wasn't messing with you at that time. So here's my thing. If somebody tell me that they don't mess with me and I can't come to their party, fuck I'm showing up there for. What I'm coming for. And let's reverse that. Irene, if I told you don't bring that bitch to my party, none of them would have came across my door. That's just my opinion. I'm sorry if y'all upset about it, but it's true. If I said I don't want this chick at my party and you show up with her there, ain't none of y'all getting in. I don't know your other friend like that because clearly Irene talking about like she don't really know who Maya is. She said her other friend. You understand what I'm saying to you? And I told you I didn't want that girl in my party. So that means you can't come in. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for showing the love, but you gotta go. Period. Because I don't fool with her. You're not fitting to throw my whole energy off for the night. And if Irene would have did that, guess what? Anything that would have happened really truly would have been on Maya and Monifah. But she didn't do it. She let the girl in the party anyway. Now it was said that her and Bree don't get along. That's what was said. But they sitting on a bed like kumbaya sisters, laughing and joking and kikiing. Then you say, oh, you didn't want Monifah there, but Monifah all in the live and all that stuff. You don't know what was going on. You don't know how it kicked off. I just feel like between Maya and Monifah, them hoes is not telling the whole truth. I'm sorry. I never talked about these girls like that because I didn't want to be the one, because it could have been any of our kids that could have been in that situation. But them two, they talking about everything but everything. Irene, the only one that's saying how Kenneka got out that room. These two girls talking about everything except for how she got out the room. Except for Maya. Maya said she left out. Irene told her she left out with a old girl. So I'm having a hard time understanding why are we hearing the things that we're hearing in both lives, even in Ty live. You see them focusing on this girl. Everybody saying they don't think it's Kenneka. I don't know. Because, I left a picture up there asking, was it a bunch of girls that was messed up? Because some of the pictures look like her and some of them don't. Some of the video look like her, some of it don't. But you hear a guy talking, oh, and she thick too. You hear another guy talking about dropping a pill in somebody's drink. No, ain't nobody discussing. They talking about her drinking, but ain't nobody discussing how she got that pill in her system. There ain't nobody say, well, we don't know where that pill came from. When she was with us, she didn't pop nothing. None of them said that. I don't know. Maybe it was said on the MTV thing. I don't know. But I'm talking about what these girls are talking about on these lives. It's like they talking about everything but what needs to be discussed. You got Maya talking about something. I looked at both ends of the hall. I looked at the elevator. It didn't say if it went up or down. That's the most you did before you went back in there with Monifah and party for 2 more hours. Really? That's the most you looked for this girl? Then y'all don't want to come back up to the hotel and continue to look for her? And here's my thing. That's your roadie. That's your homegirl. If ain't nothing weird, nothing strange jumped off, nothing was done to her, no, that you know of, why would you be in a rush to leave the hotel? What y'all so scared for and y'all fearful that y'all need to hurry up and get the hell out of there? Ain't that much drunkenness in the world? Because to be honest, when something serious like that happens, your drunkenness start to wear off. It blows your high. That's just like a motherfucker that'll come in there, you high off of whatever, or drunk or cruising or chilling, and somebody do something and they blow your high. That didn't blow y'all high? Y'all didn't come down off of that? Why y'all never went back and helped? Then you got Irene talking about something. I stayed to 6 a.m, but the hotel got Irene leaving at 4:55 or 5 something in the morning. See what I'm saying? Irene said that that Monifah said something to her at 1 o'clock. It ain't say nothing again to her about what you call them. That would explain why Irene and them was on the phone, or Irene said, oh, she been missing since 2 something. That means that girl was there earlier than that damn 1:30. The hotel, like I said, and one of my things that's still up, it's all connected. Because my thing is, the only person that could put that girl in that freezer like that, if we're going with the theory that somebody placed her in there, the only person that would do that is somebody who worked at that hotel, who knew that hotel. Now, I don't know if they was people that worked there and partied with them or whatever. I don't know how that situation is, but you best believe it had to be a person that worked there that knew how to work that freezer, that knew where to put her in. That girl got stuff all on her that would suggest she was everywhere but just in that kitchen. She got stuff all in her hair, stuff all on her pants. Her shoes are hot, dirty mess. It suggests that this girl was dragged. They don't look like somebody that just walked into that freezer. I don't care how they say that. And I believe them girls do know. And I believe them girls do know who had her, who took her, who did whatever. This stuff is not good. Like, where there's smoke, there's fire. It don't just come out of nowhere. You know what I mean? You got a guy who's all the way in New York that knew this girl was found in the freezer on the first floor before anybody else did. But the hotel trying to make it seem like this girl had to climb up some steps to get to this kitchen, and it's not the truth. They got video of her talking, so she's walking through the kitchen. Here's something. Did y'all ever watch all the inserts they put where she's supposed to be stumbling through the kitchen and she's supposed to be walking? When she's supposed to be walking to that freezer, she don't look like she was walking when she's stumbling into that kitchen over there with that fan, and it looked like somebody was sitting on it. And I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of people say that these videos was manipulated. I do agree. But that one thing that I will agree with, where that black little fan was, you can tell something was edged out or something was there because it skips and it jumps and you can actually see it. And you can actually see it in the footage that was dropped in the news footage. You can see it then. And you can see it on Rosemont's thing. It's not like that right there. That's not a game. Something or someone was there because it moved. And I doubt if a whole big fan blower is going to move by itself. Okay. Then the little part when she's walking with the sink part with the yellow tiles, she's smiling with a cup in her hand. So you clearly know she's down there with somebody. She ain't down there by herself. She's not down there by herself. And to be honest, in that little small clip, she's not wobbling or stumbling either. She walking straight with a cup in her hand with a smile on her face. So, if it has to do with the hotel, that means I hate when they say the hotel got something to do with it, because I hate when they say that, because that would imply the whole entity. Somebody from their hotel, yes. Somebody from their hotel, definitely. If all this other stuff about guys trying to touch her, guys trying to run a train on her and all that stuff happened, it happened prior to her getting to the freezer. And that's everybody consensus. Because let me tell you something. That one piece when the girl is walking down the hall and she's walking with her eyes closed, her hair is a hot damn mess. But guess what, y'all? It's not wavy. It's not wet. But it is all over her head. Her pants, she's pulling them up. You can see her pulling them up. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is saying that can't nobody get messed up like that. It happens. It happens to the best of us. You understand what I'm saying? But the fact that you want us to believe that this girl walked around for 8 whole minutes and walked herself into the freezer, that's a bunch of poppycock. I don't care what nobody says. And them girls is leaving a whole lot out, man, whether they're trying to cover up the fact of what they was up there really doing. Okay. But I'm in the non-judgment zone, because my thing is, it don't matter if they was up there selling tell or not, prostituting or not. There's no reason for nobody to be found in the freezer and deemed an accident. Okay. I don't care what you say. I was so mad last night. I actually started crying, y'all. I literally started crying because it didn't make no sense. I ain't cried over this girl case in 2 years. But last night, just watching this, I cried because I just felt like they're hiding something. And whatever they're hiding, if they just came out and told it, it would make a lot more sense. And guess what? Whoever did that to Kenneka would be where they need to be. But they're hiding too much. They lying too much. You know what I mean? Maya ain't gonna say, you notice Maya never said Bree Bree had her keys. You notice that Monifah never said Bree Bree had her keys, because then that would lead everybody to start questioning Bree Bree. What was you doing with the keys? How did you get her keys? When did she give you the keys? Did she give you the keys when y'all walked in the hotel or before y'all walked in the hotel? See what I'm saying? But I also want to put another thing out like this. These are street girls. They regular hood street girls. Like every day, you could find one in your local neighborhood in every damn state. That don't make them bad girls, okay? The problem is, just like you got these street niggas, there's a difference between street niggas, drug dealers. It's all kinds, it's levels to the shit. It is. It's levels to a lot of stuff, okay? The same street nigga that'll put a bullet in your son, your favorite son, cousin, brother, whoever he is, and show up to the funeral and hug the mama like they had nothing to do with it. What makes you think these females ain't bred the same damn way? You see what I'm saying? We don't know if the females did something to this girl, or was it the males that did something to this girl, or was the everybody keeps saying that, oh, she was in a fight and all this other stuff. That I could believe, because in the beginning I was like, what would make somebody jump up and abruptly leave? Because that was the thing in the beginning. Oh, she just got up and left on her own. Before it came out that Monifah picked her up and carried off that bed. Oh, she just got up and left on her own. What would make somebody just get up and leave on their own? Something upset that girl. I was like, but then was she in a fight or altercation? If you look at Ty's live, you would think so. But then I'm not even sure that that's all the way legit, because that looked like it was cut from different times. You see what I'm saying? Like, a lot of stuff ain't adding up and making sense here. None of it. You know what I mean? And it makes it look like her mom on some stuff, because her mom trying to protect these girls from whatever she trying to protect them from. Only thing I would think that she would be able to try to protect them is from them, you know, either them selling their behinds up there. She don't want everybody knowing it. But guess what? If that's the case, the cat is out the bag. So you really didn't do well in protecting them in that. Or you're protecting them from the person that snatched your daughter. Period. And then you want to sit out here and drop clues like Blue's Clues. Like, we're not playing Where's Waldo and Blue's Clues. It's not a joke. Like, we can't feel your pain. Yeah, you lost the whole daughter. But when you sitting out here dropping little clues like we're playing Blue's Clues, you look crazy. You looking crazy out here, my sis. I said that before. The hotel had her looking crazy. Her friends sometimes be having her look crazy. Nobody ever paid attention to how everybody. She said, "Oh, Kenneka, a good girl. Kenneka don't stay out all night." Da 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 da. You got everybody that so-called know Kenneka. No, we party like this all the time. We do this, we do that. You know what I mean? Everything the mom said they went against. Ain't nobody peeped that. Well, I'm the only one that peeped that. They sitting at a grave talking crap about them. Oh, where her headstone at? You know what I mean? Y'all running around here in fancy cars and mansions and whatnot, and my girl don't even got a headstone. Why you talking crazy to her mama? Y'all should be the last talking crazy to her mama, when y'all was the last that was with her. Y'all got a lot of y'all bold. Y'all bold. Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Yeah, we do this every weekend. See, we feed them girls. Like, well, what? Kenneka don't look like she was missing no meals. Maya might have, but she's naturally thin. She ain't thin no more, but she was naturally thin. The other child don't look like she missing no meals. Irene don't look like she missing no meals. How you mean we fed them girls when they ain't had no money to feed themselves? That would suggest that is some other stuff going on. That's all I'ma say. But ain't nobody find it funny. The only one that said that Kenneka ain't pop no pills was Irene. She the only one that stood in line with the mother. The rest of them, They was on some other stuff. They wanted to make sure that it was known that this girl drank and that she do other things. Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Oh, we thought she left off in the room. Now, you just said her boyfriend is your man's. So why would you sit there and dry snitch and say you thought she creeped off with somebody? So what you trying to call her, a hoe undercover? You slick trying to call her a hoe to everybody. Right? Or you trying to let us know other shit was going on up there? Either way, you still going against the mom. The mom said she ain't that type of girl. Y'all out here talking everything else in under the sun. You got some fool from New York talking about Maya got what happened to her on videotape. And then Monifah no more. Damn if they ain't act like that on their live tonight. They ain't act like that on their lives the other night. I'm sorry, well, whenever they did these lives, because I just saw them tonight. Go back and listen to them. They talked about everything but other than. But other than. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. This don't make no type of sense. So when you got people out here trying to throw people faces out here, you understand what I'm saying? And telling you these are the people that did this to this girl. These are the people you can't get mad because they ain't gonna speak up. They ain't gonna speak up at all. They ain't gonna say nothing. They ain't gonna say not one thing. Ain't said nothing. Talking in circles, bumping their gums, but nothing meaningful is coming out. I don't want to hear about how we don't know that Kenneka favorite color. I want to know why you took that girl out that room. I want to know how in 30 seconds, which I still say Irene might have been a little gone and, lost on time. So it might have been a little bit more than 30 seconds. You know what I mean? She's popping pills and all that. So, I'm quite sure she was lost on time. But my same point is, why you ain't talking about that? How she go from sitting on the floor with her head between her knees, you going back in to get this phone to tell Irene, this is Shamaya, that y'all Gary leave, to Monifah coming right behind you talking about some Kenneka freaking going. Tell me where that makes sense at, because it don't make no sense to me. Them girls know a lot more than what they talking about. That Shamaya is a liar and that darn Monifah a liar. Something wrong with that Monifah. She's sitting up there laughing and giggling about it. Ain't nothing funny about that, sis. I don't care if you came up in the sandbox with her. You laughing. You cracking up. You giggling. Kikiing all over the place. And you rolling with the enemy, sis. You rolling with a girl you know she ain't mess with. What type time you really on? You know what I mean? See, I told y'all, if y'all kept playing with Teresa and you keep playing with Irene, they was going to start spilling them beans. They was really going to start exposing them. See, Monifah can't expose nobody. She don't got nothing to expose, but she's getting exposed. But I still see everybody still tiptoeing around Maya as well. Why? Because if the story is she left out with Maya and Monifah, then the story is she left out with Maya and Monifah. Only reason why I could only think that they tiptoeing around Maya is because they really didn't know that girl like that. And like I said, on Irene part, if you would have nipped that in the bud at the door, you could come in. Your two friends either going to sit out here and wait till you finish partying, or they can go somewhere else. And I'm assuming that's what they did. They was somewhere else. And this is why they was in several hotels. This is why Kenneka was seen in several hotels, because they took that girl to other stuff that probably Monifah and Maya knew other people was up there partying. And they took that girl there. And then tried to come back and hit she missing. And it's sad, man. It's sad. It don't make no type of sense. It's really sad. You know what I mean? And then gotta get on here. I ain't got to explain nothing to nobody. No, you don't. So how about just don't get on live no more? We don't want to hear from none of you. If you're not going to say what really went down, all of y'all shut up. Because y'all two, Shamaya and Monifah, are definitely hiding something. It's a mother instinct. If you got kids out here, your mother, your father, you know when your kids, or you know when a kid is lying to you. And I'm going to stop there because they ain't no darn kids. It looked like that whole scene looked wrong. The whole scene looked wrong from top to bottom. Now, if you want to know my opinion, that tall guy with the gray coat on, I wish I could pull these pictures up to show y'all. The one that the guy that was at the front desk that went disappearing in the middle of a shift. I've never seen that. Most hotel shifts, I worked at a hotel, they run 8 hours. This guy was gone by 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. After Kenneka disappeared, he was gone. Same dude smiling up in the camera. Feel me? The boy with the little look like tattoo with the red coat on. He another one. He wouldn't even let some of them guys, when they was trying to go down that hall, the other opposite hall, he was blocking them like they couldn't go down there. Why? Why? Then let's talk about another thing. They talk about the guy with the glasses that went in the kitchen. They talk about somebody else who was in that kitchen. Let's talk about that. It was another guy in that kitchen. You couldn't really see his face, but I'm going to tell you one thing. He was black and he was tall and he had black and white on, and you would assume that it was security. But if you really looked at his clothes, it was a tracksuit. Who's that guy? Who is he? So, no, I don't believe Kenneka walked into that kitchen. Yes, I believe Maya and Monifah know way more than what they up here talking about. And I feel like if y'all not going to sit up here, and Teresa too, if with these little Blues Cruise drops and all that stuff, if you're not really going to come out and say what really happened to that girl, then leave it the hell alone. Let that girl rest in peace. And it's messed up that her mom don't have her daughter no more. It is. And I'm not saying I don't feel sympathy for her, but enough is enough. If you're not really going to get out here and tell what it really is, then leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Them little short, little 5-minute experts from Maya and Monifah, they could have kept it. You know what I mean? I just don't get it. All I can say is y'all better, wherever these girls are, y'all better watch them. And you better, especially if you in Chicago, make sure your daughters is not hanging with none of them chicks. None of them. Because your daughter could be next. That's all I'm saying. Your daughter, your niece, your cousin, whatever. I still feel that way. Your daughter could be next messing around with them fools. I promise you that. You know what I mean? Because I don't know what kind of friends they are. I'm telling you, at first I was leaning off the friends. I was like, you can't really blame them if they all drunk. You can't really blame them. You know what I mean? And I still stick with that. If Irene says she never left the room, you really can't blame her. But I still feel like she know a lot more. Especially when she was like, I don't know nothing. I ain't blaming nobody. I ain't got nothing to do with that shit. Da 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 da. Is that shit. Everybody is hitting that shit. So that means something happened that none of them are willing to talk about. And they know. That's it. I'm not staying on this live long. You know what I mean? I just had to just get that point across. Think they lying. They did all this for nothing. You can watch the MTV thing that comes on January 8th. I still don't feel like any more, no less is going to be said or done about it. You know what I mean? It's sad. It's messed up. And you know what I mean? If you got daughters, nieces, and everything, you watch them. Don't be having your kid like, no. Them broads there, they need to have flyers everywhere. These are not friends. You want to post a child for people that are not friends? They are it. They need to be posted everywhere. These are not friends. This is what you call a frenemy. These are the chicks you need to watch out for. Because they ain't watching out for their homegirl, and they didn't watch out for her. And they know where she disappeared to and went to. I don't care how you want to slice that. Don't nobody go from going bowling and going to the movies after getting off of work and then is seen at several hotels. They know where they took that girl. They know what rooms they took that girl to, and they know what happened. That's all I'm going to say about that. Peace out, Lady J.